have a standard 909 drum kit with all the like standard percussion sounds from the 909. And I think this drum kit already sounds pretty decent. The only thing that I changed is I put a kick of mine, a kick that I created in another project. I saved it and use it here as my go-to kick. So it already has a bit of processing. So what I already did is like create a basic 4 to the floor kick. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward, pretty basic. And what I'd like to add next is low end groove. For most of my sequences, I use the Sting because I think the sequences the Sting produces are more harmonic and more like organic in a way compared to the ML185 or the Snake. You drag and drop the Sting on the MIDI channel. And next you just look for a sound. Let's go with the standard 909 tom. And yeah, now you have the sequencer and the tom, and combined it sounds like this. Which like in the beginning sounds shit, but we're gonna do some processing to it. First of all, what we do is we only want the lower frequencies of the tom to be hearable, to get rid of the top frequencies from the tom, because we just want the low end groove. Okay, let's try a different sequence. You can change the sequence by clicking on the smiley here. Yeah, that's like a pretty solid groove already, but also a bit standard, I would say. So on top of that, I sometimes put even a EQ8 to get rid of some clicking that is being produced when the sequencer is triggering the 909 tom. And what we also need is a sidechain compressor. So you can create enough space for the kick while the bass line is playing. Let's try a different sequence. That one's pretty nice. Okay, and what I now do is I put a delay and I put the signal sometimes to 100% wet, and then what you can do is you can play around with the timing of the sequence, which can make a big difference. So disable the filter function, which can make a big difference how the groove actually sounds in combination with the kick. I actually like when it's playing on the original position, so no delay on this, but what I'd like to do is I enable the delay and put the dry wet to 50%. So what I now do, I gonna record the steps from the sequence by opening a new MIDI channel, and then as an input signal you put the 909 tom, and then you can press record here and you can basically record the notes then. Okay, so now you have the notes here. now we have to copy paste this whole thing. And now you have the notes and everything is playing the same way it did before with the sequencer enabled. The problem with the sequencer is that when you close the project and open it again, the sequence will change. So it's really important to record the sequence on a new MIDI channel, otherwise it will get lost. And what you also are able to do now is you have this sequence now recorded, and you can play around with the sequencer even a bit more and just create a new sequence. Different sound. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, with this it's like a loop, but I just want to cut one specific part from the loop. Okay, that's also nice. I think that's even nicer than the one that we already have. Okay, so let's record this as audio. So you open a new audio track, then you select this one, and then you can just record the audio. Since we have two delays on this, as you can hear, like the bass line in the beginning, when you start the loop, it takes a time to evolve itself. So that's why we recorded the audio, as you can see here. And after one bar, the groove is in full swing. So we only take the second part of this loop, because then the groove is full on. Okay, let's see what happens if we put an amp. Maybe we can spice it up a bit. There's like a click noise. Okay, we can get rid of that with the EQ. Okay, so I would say let's stick to this bass line.